Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. And that gets things running. Tony Adams. Now there is a proper defender, Jim.
Well, not too many Englishmen can rival his leadership qualities, Peter.
He just had so many strengths. You could go on all day about him, couldn't you?
Well, the epitome of solidity, thanks to his winning mentality and ability to organise a back four. You don't argue with Tony Adams. You do what you're told.
Ronaldinho. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Rijkaard. Now he's off and running. Pull it. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Over to the right flank. Deliver. Getting up there! He's delivered all right!
Well, once more, it's him, and we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
Certain, searing and imperious.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. He's looking wide. Ronaldinho going face-to-face with his great rival. Now it's Dani Olmo. Pass somewhat off target. Rijkaard. That's really well manoeuvred. And it's Inzaghi. Oh, good spread. Now it's Gullit. Gullit will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. So just a one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Here's a chance! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
And now they can spring out of defence. Mateus, he's found a way through. Takes a shot! Ambrosini. And it's Totti. That's going wide left. Oh, well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Rijkaard. And now the breakaway. Passing is crisp and sharp. Now it's Inzaghi. Well, it's a look of bewilderment. His touch deserted him at the key moment.
Yeah, very careless, and I leave it at that.
Caceres. Gullit. A probing pass. Hey. Oh, important interception. Rijkaard is the team's great visionary. Oh, nicely intercepted. DiMarco. And he's gone searching crossfield. Turns back here, probably the best. Oh no, what has happened here? Now DiMarco. Now it's Dani Olmo. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. And he's hit it long. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Filippo Inzaghi. Now it's Forlan. Now that looks a decent ball. Look at the space here. Shifted it to the flank. Well, that pass isn't the best. Nicely shaped ball. Ronaldinho providing an outlet on that flank. He leaps for it! No, not the best of headers.
Chelsea certainly look sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
Couldn't squeeze it through. Great vision. Batistu. And the finish! Oh, glorious Batty goal! A finish of true class. 2 up now, and they are cruising. That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
It's beautiful poise. I mean, most players in that position, I think, would probably fluff that, but not this fella.
Chelsea are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, that's a real psychological weight off the shoulders, I think. It's a very different game now at 2 up. Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
Mateus. Rijkaard. And here's Inzaghi. Forlan. And the ball's come loose here. caresses it through. Out of play for a goal kick. It's a really well-measured ball. And that has left him in a heap. Knocks it into space. And it's Grimaldo. Oh, perfectly measured that. And that's a simple one for the keeper. That's the end of the first 45. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Chelsea looking good, feeling good. It is 2-0 at the break. And we get things going again. All the way back. DiMarco. There's the crossfield ball. Oh, that's well spotted. And this is Hullet. He's picked his way through. Tries a shot! And it's there! And they are disappearing out of sight. It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that.
Great chance! It's loose, and there's a... Oh, what has happened here? Hullet. That's a nicely shaped ball. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Howson gets across to intercept that. Forlan! And that's a good finish. You give him an inch and he'll take a mile. Such immaculate precision.
The keeper might have been a little unsighted. He seemed awfully late in reacting to that.
So could they be onto something here? Marquinhos. Rijkaard. Grimaldo. And it's Marquinhos. Nicely aimed pass. Not the most accurate pass. Caceres, a picture of focus and alertness. And that's another throw. And he's managed to gift it back. Dani Olmo, neatly clipped into space. Chiellini. Almost an hour gone. Shot could be on. Caceres. Can he get on the end of this? That has ended up in no man's land. Dani Olmo is sporting a guilty look after that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Oh, well measured. And Hullet! It's anyone's ball now. They get a throw in.
Cambio di giocatori.
Goes forward. It's an inviting looking ball, that. Driving forward. Forlan. Real chance! And a neat finish! Back to within one. Interesting. Well, it would have been harder to miss.
Forlan really can't believe his luck. He was allowed so much room when he should have been boxed in.
And a really good game is threatening to break out here.
Oh, we have a very different game on our hands now.
Oh, greatly! And it's hit the woodwork and out! And it's been hooked away. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Produces a cross. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. That's a nicely shaped ball. He is through here! Shot a goal!
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Sostituzione di giocatori. Numero 77, Totti. Numero 8. Lasciano il campo per il numero 7, il numero 27, Silvestre. Attenzione, una sostituzione.
And that's definitely not his best. That looks a good ball through. Raya gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. He won't be happy with that one. That has been slung wide. Can he finish? And the difference is still one, but only just.
That was so poor, a very decent chance, and the disappointment is all too obvious.
Now it's Kaká. Serginho stood up well to him there. Nicely weighted ball. And a chance!
Sostituzione di giocatori. Numero 2.
The message is simple: defend this with your lives.
Diamante really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
Not much time now for anything fresh to happen, I think. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Silvestre is one whose deliveries we all know about. Delivery from a... Oh, good climb! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. All hands on deck for this one. And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that. That has been knocked clear. Park Ji-sung. And here's the chance to counter. And the referee's looking at his watch. We could be done here. Serginho. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. No, not quite on the same wavelength.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer, and quickly.
Great ball, and he's in here, and the shot! And I think we're done. Yes, we are done. Chelsea have emerged victorious in this match of thrills. The odd goal ultimately proving the difference. Batistuta voted man of the match, and deservedly so. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Chelsea undoubtedly gave us the perfect example of how you start a game of football. They came out with purpose, intensity, energy. They were determined to grab the initiative, and of course were duly awarded.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. There's the whistle. Andrei Shevchenko, Jim. European Player of the Year, League winner, European champion, the top scorer in Italy on more than one occasion. It's an extraordinary list of achievements.
It certainly is. He really was the deadliest striker around. Absolutely lethal.
Goal scorer, match winner, national treasure. He is all of those things and much, much more. Nice looking ball. And this is Batistu's chance for a shot! Marvellous goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
Unstoppable. Just how do they contain him?
Batistuta demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
Celtic finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Played out to the left flank. Now it's Ronaldinho. Dani Olmo. Akanji spots it and intercepts. Nedved. Looking for options for movement. He's got away. Mbappe has given away a free kick. Oh, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. Chelsea leading here thanks to that early goal. And the score is 1-0. Jimenez cuts out the pass. Threads one in. Plays it in low. That's going to go a long way. The ball has bounced loose now. Rice. And this is Shevchenko. He won't be happy with that one. And it's Nedved. Ambrosini has created one goal already. Oh, they could be caught out here. He's picked his way through. And he shoots!
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Jimenez clears it away. Serginho tries one from range.
Caceres really had a clever trick to shake off his opponent then, but he's left shaking his own head in disappointment.
Casado. Rice. And it's Nedved. That has been slung wide. Rice. Casado. Rice. Now it's Shevchenko. Nedved. Hazard. And this is Hazard. Tries a shot!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Now it's Batistuta. Can he spark a counter here? Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Mbappe. Half an hour played now.
Batistuta clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
Messi. And it's Rice. That's a lovely, delicate pass. Totti. Messi.
Rice. It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Hazard. And it's Nedved. Now it's Hazard. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. No way through there. Nicely weighted ball. Totti. And the shot! Goal! And he's got what he came for, his 20th goal. That's wonderfully done. Crisp hit, true finish.
That's brilliant control, Peter, from an awkward height too. You know, it's great improvisation here.
Chelsea are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead. He leaps for it! And again! Brilliant save from Alisson! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Chelsea have their second corner now. Impressive jump! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Hullet is offering a Rice smile there.
Rice. And Shevchenko over to the right flank. Ambrosini. Mbappe. Dani Olmo can see things. And the referee has blown for half-time.
Well, the second goal certainly came as a welcome surprise, Peter. So late and so potentially destructive.
That certainly seems to be the case.
And that ought to encourage an even more ambitious approach in this second half, Peter, with control already established.
Chelsea are heading into the break, very happy with how it's gone so far. The second half is up and running.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
The less said about that pass, the better. Ambrosini is offering some sort of an apology there.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Now it's Messi. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Pass somewhat off target. Chips it through. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. And here's Hullet, picked out brilliantly. It's Totti! And it's there! Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. Oh, delicious, such devilish curl.
Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take your hat off and just say, too good.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Messi, and he's managed to get free.
Coming on to replace him is number
Kaká
17.
did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Celtic's free kick now. Messi! And he's quick to get rid. And it's Nedved. Chelsea perhaps contemplating their next change here. Oh, well played. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Shot could be on. Rice! No, not quite.
Substitution on the field. Number 4.
So we have further activity on the bench here.
Yeah, I think he's been told to play that role of the tactical pivot, spraying the ball about sometimes, driving it forward from the middle of the park.
Chelsea have, after this, one further opportunity to make a substitution. Akanji. Mbappe. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Totti. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Kaká. Messi. And it's Nedved.
There they go, hunting again.
He's looking wide. He is through here. Real chance here. He's having a shot! And it's in! It could be a lifeline! 2 more needed!
After 72 minutes.
Complete awareness. He understood what was needed and he executed it smoothly.
Yeah, keeping calm and taking a touch like that when it's all going on around you isn't always that easy, but he made it look like a double. Finishing it off was quite simple after that.
Oh, good effort! Didn't quite get enough on that.
That's good play, plenty of targets in the penalty area and plenty of movement too.
Fernando Torres, number 32, DeMarco.
Rice. Nedved shifted it to the flank. Oh, it's come loose. Caceres herring after the ball here. And that's going right the way across. Now it's Ronaldinho. And here's Torres. And that's a simple one for the keeper. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. Nedved. Can he get it through? Shoots! Oh, good finish! Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Well, at one stage he was being body checked, Peter, and then the next minute it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
Celtic now just needing one.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down, but they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Mbappe! Caught offside that time.
Celtic really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
And it's Hullet. Looks to the other side. They get a throw in. DeMarco. Ronaldinho. Nice control. Engages and forces him off the ball. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Very much in... Oh, no, this does not look good.
Added minutes has been indicated.
Oh, that's nice. 4 extra minutes added on. There's the man who is effectively the team's security pop. He'll try from distance! And he couldn't quite find the target.
Well, that was the one I actually thought he was going to produce. It's a good effort keeping it down like that.
DeMarco. Ronaldinho picks it up out wide. Has a look up. Park Ji-sung! And that is as much as we have time for. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real ride that had all of us glued to our seats from the very beginning.
Now, please turn towards the screen.
Well, how will we look back on that?
Well, Peter, this was probably more slugfest than a game of football, but I actually found it very enjoyable. A game that was constantly on the edge as both sides went full pelt trying to win this. A throwback to games gone by.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you.